Certainly did have a pretty incredible performance with it in game 2. But it's sort of, as the panel said, it's a very different situation this time around. He doesn't have the draw aura for one. He does have a lot of sort of, make things happen. The heroes are on his lineup. He has like the Kuroki Spirit Breaker, who will be able to look for some of those early plays to potentially set up for maybe even more Sunstrikes than they were able to find early on in the second game of the series. But overall, LGD, they have a lot of push. As the panel said, if they get the momentum going with this Beastmaster Death Prophet, they are going to be feeling very strong in the fights. They've got, like the PL, pretty decent in some sort of extent against sort of the earlier stages of the Invoker. If they're able to get the ball rolling, able to sort of duke out a lot of the combo early on and sort of get into the face of Miracle's Invoker. But we'll see how this one plays out as we get stuck into this. Game 3 between LGD and Liquid here at the Epicenter Major Grand Finals. What are you looking forward to here, Bulldog?
Well, the laning phase is going to be a big deal here, and already they're going aggro on him, and we saw they got 3 runes on LGD already, so they want to start that good start they can get, and 3 runes, the maths is good here.
Absolutely, that extra bit of a gold advantage helping out, but mid lane, Somnus, gotta be a little careful here. There is a charge coming in upon him. He is going to start to salve up, but of course Kuro, he'll go in, cancel the salve. Sunstrike comes down. Can they finish off the Guinea? Pops the fair find the side, but in fact, the turnaround play's coming out for Somnus. Kuro, he's got to be carefully tried for the TP out. He will not make it. X-Nova coming in, that extra bit of damage from the lightning, enough to make sure that Somnus gets that first blood, and Kuro is punished.
Really important, and yeah, the panel is definitely right here. If LG gets the momentum here, they got the Beastmaster, they got objectives with the DP. It's gonna be pretty scary. But on the same hand, Liquid this time, they have 3 heroes that are really tanky. The Lightstealer, Doom, Spirit Breaker. If they just go in and create all the space for Invoker Miracle, he can take over the game. But is it gonna get to that point though? That's the problem. And as you said, he doesn't have draw this time around. And it's just gonna be a lot tougher, for sure this time. However, Lifesteal will have an easier lane,
sure,
but Beastmaster is no joke either.
No, absolutely not. And we've seen how well Chalice has been able to sort of play these aggressive lanes. And even when left alone, this is very much a hero that can take over the 1v1s. And we'll see how well Matuma Man can withstand against it. As we saw Matuma have certainly a very tough start to game 2, but he was able to pull it together and come out with some clutch gusts at the end of the game. We'll see what he can do on his Lifestealer. Mid lane FY, looking for the wraparound onto Miracle, just get the push back with the cogs, which will set it up beautifully into the follow-up stun from X-Nova. FY. Mid lane at the same time, Chalice will get taken down, so Liquid looking to make a play themselves. They get the off-laner, but it is LGD getting that mid lane kill and helping opening up the lane a little bit more for their Death Prophet. As at the moment, Somnus is falling a little bit behind, just a few CS behind that of Miracle's Invoker, as Miracle, of course, has sort of had the constant backup of the Skywrath sitting mid, helping him get that early advantage.
We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of fighting this early game. The supports can do a lot of rotations on any lane almost, pretty much, and get kills everywhere. And that's going to be really important, who gets the early start. And as we said, if LGD gets that, they're going to get towers with Death Prophet ult, easy Roche, and if they get the momentum. So these rotations are going to be really important. It's easy to kill pretty much anyone, except maybe the Lifesteal will be rough. And if this Doom also gets a pretty good lane, he's very frustrating to lane against. When he gets 6, and they're gonna... Ooh, it's fine.
Fine. Keeping himself at a distance with the cogs. And extra efficiency there as well, denying, making sure that GH and Kuro don't get any sort of gold out of that play.
That is why he's a god.
He certainly is.
Yeah, the Doom, he is getting levels, level 4 already. He has got the Centaur creep, not the one you want. You don't have the mana to spend. It's only 50 mana though, but it's not that efficient just yet. And bottom lane.
Did another bit of an attempt onto Chalice, but he's a Beastmaster, he's got a fair bit of beef. And just a little bit too much for Matuma and Kuro to buy for this time. Top lane, Mind Control. And a bit of trouble here as Samые and X-Nova look to chase him down. Backup is going to be there for Mind Control as he has the Scorched Earth and the presence of GH. Can they finish up the kill? LGD they can. And with the Mango pop, X-Nova, he's going to be able to find the start onto GH. GH is getting chased down. They have lost X-Nova and LGD, but Samые, he's looking to find the kill, and he will. Able to get himself involved in both of the takedowns there on this top lane. Very nice for Ehome as he's getting pretty much free farmers, it seems, at the moment. Top of the CS and getting involved in 2 kills. We can see here Liquid desperately wanting to try and make him pay as Kuro comes in with the charge. Mind control trying to chase the gap, but Ehome is able to get himself back underneath the tower. He'll be safe for now. The same may not be said though for Miracle in the mid as FY coming in with the wraparound, has the cogs, trying to close himself with the battery assault. Miracle turns with the cold snap. FY taking quite a bit of damage here from the tower. Will get himself away in time. Somnus moving in with the side, but he wants to finish off the kill with a fairy fire. Will keep Miracle alive. Kuro turns towards Somnus. GH coming back in from the top lane will allow Liquid to find the kill. Xnova now sort of surrounded. Stun's going to miss as he doesn't manage to find the connection with Kuro. He has to back up, turns back in with the lightning. GH, Kuro, Miracle keep their distance, and this time it's Liquid with the response, able to keep Miracle safe and take down Somnus' Death Prophet.
Classic bait there by Miracle. Kind of surprising that Somnus does not look at his items. He definitely should have seen that coming. It's something that's always happening. You always need to look at the inventory because it costs him his life, and that's really bad. The laning stage, that's always very important in this game. And Lifestealer is free farming right now. Beastmaster has rotated away.
Another attempt here onto Somnus. Cold snap into the slow from GH. They've also got the charge inbound from Kuroki. Straight in he goes with the Sunstrike down upon Somnus. It's going to be enough to take him once again out of this middle lane. Liquid perfectly prioritizing, just shutting Somnus down at this start, making sure that it's harder and harder for LGD to sort of build up the sort of pace that they want to play around a strong early game Death Prophet.
Yep, the rotation we were talking about, and it's working out really well. More coming out here.
Straight in underneath the tower onto Xnova. It's more action for Miracle to get involved in, as Kuro and GH are perfectly babysitting this Invoker in the middle lane and setting up success after success for him.
Yep, the winning condition, you play around it. Very simple Dota, and is he dead?
Oh, FY tries for the cog push from the high ground, but GH keeps his distance. Another axe flies through, but the stick charges will be enough to keep GH alive.
He clicked stick. That's beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, he's not level 6. Getting 6 on every hero here is a pretty big deal. Lightyear's got it already, so he's pretty safe until Beastmaster gets 6. Don't level 5. Once he gets 6, he can easily rotate mid, get a kill. The same with Doom. When he gets 6, this PL is under threat constantly. So getting 6 is a big deal right now. And getting kills on every lane.
Yeah, as it is that all cores really getting the farm that they would hope for at this stage, as we can see. No one really falling too far behind. Sort of the slight one being Somnus a little bit on the CS, and obviously more so in terms of the other sets of it. They try and open up on top. In fact, Mind Control looks for the Doom onto the PL, but FY and Xnova are there to back up Ehome, and it's going to be Mind Control falling. Miracle will try for the Sunstrike, but it's not going to be on point, as he should survive here. Only just though. Ehome living through that first use of the Doom as well. This is great news for LGD.
Trying with the Sunstrike, missing there, but yeah, he got level 6. Try to go for the kill, something you always do with Doom. But LG recognized this, probably the PL making that call that he's almost hitting 6, making sure the supports are there, baiting out that Doom. Now he doesn't have it either, so PL can freely farm now, not feeling that threat of Doom, because it has a really long cooldown. And then he decides to go bottom now to pressure Lifestealer, probably to time it out with the Beastmaster ult here. Maybe they can try to go for a kill.
Absolutely, because as it is so far, both Matumbaman and Ehome sitting in pretty similar positions in terms of sort of farm out at the back of this laning stage. If they could offset it, that would be fantastic for LGD. Bottom, they do pop the roar out. Ehome's coming across as well. FY getting focus fired down here by GH with the concussive and the arcane bolt. FY will still survive though, and there's the turnaround play. Ehome focuses down onto Kuroki. They don't necessarily get the Lifestealer kill with that roar, but they are able to keep their team safe. Find at least a pick-off of sorts for LGD.
Gotta save FY there, and they just want to get towers as fast as possible. So getting rid of the Nikes there, he keep his top to avoid that lane. PL will now pressure the lane, get that tower, make it smaller, the map smaller for Liquid as soon as possible. So they can keep going for us objective, and
Mind Control.
They've
got TP backup coming in. Chalice trying to juke them out here in the tree line. Matumbaman looking to chase him down, but Xnova goes for the stun, but the rage is out in time. Matumbaman fights through, takes down Chalice. More TPs, I was going to say, looking to come in, but FY will cancel it as he realizes he doesn't really want to fight into the tree of Liquid here, with his Beastmaster already going down up top.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Middle lane, pretty even in net worth. Every role basically has almost identical net worth. So very close game right now.
It really is.
Defend bottom. Doom a good hero to do that with.
Hasn't got the ult for another 10 seconds though here, Mind Control. but will be able to scare Ehome off away from the tower. As Ehome, for sure, is going to be keeping track of that sort of doom timing and knows that the ult will be back up very, very shortly.
They probably don't want to give away top tower either, so they should go defend it soon. And the clock, it's almost minute 10 now, so clock is going to get 6 from that, get the book. Hooking the Miracle at this point is going to be a kill. He's probably going to go 4-step as well to counter that clock. That was a good choice. And
on control. In a lot of trouble indeed. Chalice has the Primal Aurora ready, heads straight in. A kill and what will soon surely be a tower as well on this bottom lane for LGD.
Yep, smoking always around an objective, really important. Getting a kill so you can get a tower as well. Invis.
That's going to save him.
Kuroki, best support in the world.
Where's the detection? Not expecting these sort of early Invis runes to outsmart them.
Not buying detection against Peel, questionable. That is old Peel, by the way, in case you forgot that.
Oh, that's true, yeah, back in 6 point whatever it was. Good old PL, well actually no, not good old PL, that was the old Radiance PL that was quite a nightmare to play against. Mid lane Miracle, does get caught out by the cogs, but he gets the Ghost Walk out and reaction is going to be there for him. So LGD will back off, Kuro will indeed cancel his charge there, not wanting to dive underneath the tower. Same time though, top lane, the sort of chaos and attention that Liquid draw towards the middle allows the space for Matumba and Mind Control to get in on top of the PL and no backup to be there this time for Ehome, so they get the kill with the Doom usage this time round.
Yes, and the game is way more even this time around. No one's winning this laning stage right now.
Nice little touch there from Xnova. Holding back the Space Cow.
Space Cow getting the ult's going to be good. They don't have the greatest setups for Sunstrike right now, so they need the Spirit Breaker to get some levels.
It's all on Kuro's setup for sure. Mid lane FY, he's level 6.
There we go. Yeah, just like we said, and he hooks in and he misses. That is a kill if he hits that.
It is a little bit off the mark there, FY, expecting Miracle to step back that a little bit further.
I'm going to revoke that God status on FY from that.
He's down to a demigod. Doesn't quite have the same sort of ring to Miracle. Oh, he's got it!
He's got the God title though.
There we go. There's a new god in town. Now mid lane Kuro charges in. Mystic Flare from GH not doing quite enough to bring down FY. In fact, they're going to lose Spirit Breaker themselves. We're on to Miracle. Buyback coming through from Kuroki. Wants to keep this fight going, and Miracle able to finish off Somnus. They managed to get 2 kills there in quick succession. As Liquid has the full 5-man now in mid. We'll look to maybe put a bit more pressure onto this tier 1 tower. It's nearing half health. Miracle getting involved in these sort of key kills to keep himself ahead of Somnus' Death Prophet at this early stage of the game.
Yeah, Liquid recognizing how important these early fights are for all these games so far. So Kuroki just buys back, doesn't end up doing anything, but it's so cheap.
Yes.
You might as well just do it, just in case. Could have led to more, it didn't, but they get the tower now at least. And Lifestealer going a Desolator here. It's going to help them doing Roche a lot. Yep. They have pretty poor Roche, so that's definitely going to help them with that. And it's kind of odd though. You'd think he would go Radiance against the PL, but he decides to go for the Desolator. Definitely for Roche. It's a good help there, and just bursting down the DP here as well.
Oh, next over. He's walked into this one. Matsuma Manakura on the high ground, take him down. Smoke here from Chalice and Somnus. They don't have the Ghost back up, but they do have Aurora available. Chalice following up FY as the two of them look to find some action down at spot lane, but in fact Liquid, they are the ones also grouped up themselves. They're sweeping across, ready and certainly prepared for this sort of play, and will be ready to try and look to fight into it. As they heal up by the shrine, they are going to get the eyes onto the beast mod, but Chalice gets the roar out in time. Mystic Flare is going to be off the mark as it's dropped straight down onto an illusion. FY pops the cogs, trying to push them back, and Batuma Man, he's got the slow onto Chalice, focuses down the Beastmaster, and this time the usage of the Primal Roar not resulting in a kill. A failed smoke from LGD comes out as Liquid are more than prepared to react to it.
Yeah, very optimistic by them, trying to dive into.
Kuro, he's going to get play against the Diffusal Blade, recently picked up by Ehome as he's got a lot of punch. He's trying to get himself away. In fact, Ehome, doppelganger, can he get himself out of this one? Sunstrike on point from Miracle. Now secures the big kill.
Panel, where you at?
They question the Miracle Invoker, but these Sunstrikes, ones like that as well, securing kills that otherwise would have just creeped away from Liquid.
And he doesn't die. Where's the detection right there?
Gets a bit of a clap there from the audience.
I'll give him a clap as well. But yeah, that gank bottom, they don't have the best gank heroes either. Beastmaster, Clock, and Peel, they don't have a lot of damage, especially going at the shrine when people will TP in, and they have a Spirit Breaker. That was so optimistic. Not sure how that was going to turn out for them, what they were thinking, but yeah, they definitely did not expect 3 heroes there. Now the Peel has the diffusal at least, so he does a lot of damage now. So, but things are not going the way they want. Really good for Liquid right now. Topping the net worth. He's almost got Desolator. Huge burst with the Spirit Breaker. They go on anyone. Spirit Breaker charge. Ult. Anyone dies from that pretty much.
And again, these movements, this game, being ready each time by Liquid. A quick scan into LGD's jungle will confirm the suspicions of mind control. In fact, he's looking to maybe try and go for this. Straight in he goes with the Doom down onto Somnus. Xnova holding back him with the stun. They're trying to make mind control pay for this, but they're going to lose Somnus for it. As the charge comes in from Kuroki, ables them to finish off the kill. Mind control incredibly tanky. Surely he will go down, and he does, but Kuro comes in with the ult, takes the second. Armin with the illusion will find the return, and now GH, he's come a little bit too far all on his own. The roar from Chalice holds him in place. LGD take down 3 in return for losing 2 of their own.
Yeah, forcing the buyback there as well, or not forcing it, but he's decides to go for a buyback again, making sure they don't lose more or maybe get more people. They weren't sure how many people Liquid were committing, and I think Liquid is okay with this. They know who won the game last time, Invoker, of course, and he's doing fine. He's almost at the top. Same time, Lifestealer doing great here as well. So
yeah, Matsumaman having such a better opening to this game than he did last game, and we saw what he was able to sort of pick it up to with the drow that suffered in the lane. This time around, he's already got the edge early on. He's top net worth on his Lifestealer, as you say. Going to be making some very good timings on these big items, such as the Deso, if he does indeed continue to go for it. So we'll see. He must be very close to having the money for it now. Bottom lane, Chalice. Silence, mind control, GH heading straight in upon him with a Mystic Flare. They'll find him and return. FY comes in with a hook shot, and LGD, they'll find 1 in response, and they will find 2. Double kill for Somnus.
Lifestealer's in him, coming in.
There we go. Oh, Xnova tries to stop him with the stun.
Not sure how this is going to turn out here.
There we go, Somnus. Is there any way he can get himself out of this when he does have FY coming back through, but with the bash into Sunstrike, way too much damage for Somnus to play his way out of.
Not sure what the Clock was doing there. He definitely should have helped him. They saw the Spirit coming way far away. Really bad missing that Sun on left track as well. Letting their core die, and it's really puts LG in a bad, odd position right here, because they wanted with this lineup to get the towers. They only got 1 tower so far. Ideally, they want to get Roche soon, but that's not going to happen. As I mentioned before, this is a really good Invoker game because he's got 3 heroes just going in, creating all that space.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really easy for him to cast out his spells, do what he wants, and when you have a player like Miracle getting to choose where he wants to cast spells and not being contested a lot, he's happy about that. He's just got to avoid the Clock hook.
And as you've been saying, Matsuma with this Desolator pick enabling Liquid to now have the chance to look towards Roshan if they do manage to find the space and time after a successful fight. But mid lane, LGD seeing if they can find some sort of a jump here out the back of this smoke. Have all of the ultimates available. But Liquid are playing careful. Miracle, Kuro and Matsuma Man sticking together. Kuro and Matsuma sticking inside one another for now. As Kuro looking for an opportunity to charge on anyone that heads in. Playing around the pit, but the rocket flare comes through from FY. So Liquid probably hold back from trying for a Roche at this stage. A little too risky whilst LGD are all alive at the moment.
Yep, doing Roche against Clock is one of the hardest things. He can't do it. He'll always scout when you're missing on the map, of course. So the only way they can do Roche is by killing probably 2 heroes at least at this point. Even then, it's too early to do Roche. But yeah, that Desolator is still really good just to burst heroes, bringing down the DP so fast. Because Radiance, you know, she wants to take long fights, she wants to drain you, and she's really happy with the Desolator. She's going to be eaten up alive. But it's going to be hard to go on her, because you're not going to charge on her. That's not going to happen. She's just going to use the Spirit Breaker, and she's fine. But game's slowing down a little bit now.
Mid lane, again FY just slightly off the mark with these hook shots.
That is a kill if he hits it. That's 2 missed kills pretty crucial here by him.
I mean, this is sort of one of the problems we've seen a lot of the times with the clockwork. If you're sort of unfortunate with these hook shots and don't quite find the connections, you lose a lot of momentum that this hero can offer.
You're pretty generous saying unfortunate. It's a skill.
I don't want to blame, you know. It's, I don't know, maybe his mouse slipped or something. You know?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Kuro still looking for some action with Matsuma, man.
He's been in there for a long time. He's almost got double, I think.
He's Kuro. He's just going to charge down to the creeps. They'll try for the stun, but
Optimistic.
Yeah, a little too speedy there on the count.
Starting to go bottom to farm now. Got a haste rune.
It's just sort of a question what LGD can do with the fact that the game, as you say, has started to slow down a bit. And we'll actually find Kuro with the diffusal blade, make very quick work of him.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
The PL is still doing fine, right? He's top net worth. It's not like LGD's feeling like they need to do something. They're still okay. They got Beastmaster to deal with. Nikes, of course. So they're not that threatened. They just wanted to be in a better position now to get the Roche with the DP ultins on, but they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, and one of the things, as you said earlier, this PL, they're not sort of building against it. Going for the Deso AC build on the Lifestealer, you haven't got that Radiance, as you mentioned. You don't really have the greatest ways, I guess, other than sort of the combos from the Invoker to clear through the illusions. So if Ehome is able to get on top of say, Miracle or Matsuma Man, there's very little that they can do against sort of the mass illusions if there's any sort of follow-up lockdown from LGD, and LGD, they certainly have that with the silences and the stuns. This Ehome PL, he's already sitting at the top of the net worth. He really could become just a massive issue as this game goes on, to the point where Liquid's course might not quite be able to deal with it. Bottom lane, Miracle. Going to find Xnova pushing out a lot on his own.
Yeah, you're definitely right. This Invoker is putting... Oh!
Right. Hookshot on point this time around as he cancels the charge from Kuroki. TPs are coming forward onto the shrine to try and help out Kuro, but Kuro will fall. Chalice with the Roar holding back mind control, but Taman's going to look with the open wounds towards Chalice, and there's that Deso into play. A couple of hits and Chalice is gone. There's a buyback from Kuro as he wants to keep this fight going. Ehome, he's looking to play into this one though with a diffusal blade, focusing down GH. There's the charge by the side, but the three-man silence comes out from Somnus. Ehome turns towards Miracle with the Spirit Lance, Doppelgangers himself back. They're trying to find the correct PL. They clear out the illusions with a deafening blast, but Taman pulls him down. Ehome plays around him, but he gets taken down. They've lost Ehome, but there's the Cogs trapping them in. Silver and Miracle somehow alive here, as LGD will end up losing 4, and Liquid can still come out on top of that fight.
I don't know how he keeps doing this. He always survives with so little health. Just got a great fight there. PL's trying to do some big plays. Successfully doing it first, luring them away, but second time we can't do it. And yeah, the long fight. Invoker gets to cast a lot of spells. Ends up going really poorly, gets the Doom on the DP. She can't really commit. And yeah, not good here. Not good at all. LGD kind of fucks that up a little bit. And the way it started as well, it was very questionable. I don't understand why PL didn't just chuck out a lance on the one who was hooked, the Spirit Breaker at once. That forced Beastmaster to stay there for longer, cast the axes, and then he died to Lifestealer. Why didn't he just throw a lance there to make that faster? I'm not sure what happened there.
Miracle. He's looking towards bottom. Ehome jumping out to the side. Miracle has got the blink as well to get himself away. As Xnova and Chalice are heading down. They do have the Roar if they find eyes upon him, but Liquid, they know that LGD is sort of split up across the map. Kuro with Matsuma Man inside him, looking towards an attempt on the life of Somnus up top, but again FY straight in, able to block off the charge. They've got the silence down, but in fact FY's in trouble. He gets bursted down. Kuro still alive for now. He's going to be able to keep himself safe here for the time being. Chalice pops the Roar down onto mind control through the BKB to hold back the Doom. Liquid, can they get more out of this one? They've taken down FY, and they will be able to find Xnova as well as Miracle comes in to add to the cleanup. The charge initially stopped there by FY, but LGD unable to do anything with it. They do protect the cause, they keep Somnus alive, but it cost them 2 lives, and they're not able to take anything away from Liquid in turn.
Yep, and this game is starting to get out of control right now. DP is slightly falling behind now. Doom is getting really high farm. This is not how they want the game to start going for them. And this game could have been so different if he just hit those 2 hooks on him, on the Miracle. Miracle, look at his item build. He did not go to 4 staff. Oh wow.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, wow, there you go. That's a rocket flare and a half from FY.
Back to God title there. But yeah, not going at 4 staff is so gritty. Even to this point, if he hits a hook, he's in trouble. So really cocky by Miracle, and it's paying off. But yeah, as I said, like this could have been so different if he just hit those 2 hooks. And now it's just starting to get out of control. But Peel, at least he's maintaining, but it's not enough. It's not enough for him. They need Beastmaster to get some farm as well. He's only got Necro 1 or 2, I think. So yeah, not going too well here.
Indeed, just Necro, level 1 at the moment. On Chalice, falling behind on control. About 2.5k ahead on his own Doom.
Yeah, it's getting to the stage as well where if they get a decent fight now, they will kill Roche really quickly, which would be a huge deal at this point. Giving that immortality to Miracle, it's going to be so hard to fight for that. So really important LGD lets that not happen. And top now, he's out of position here. Beastmaster is rounded, but this is really bad.
Chalice, again the roar immediately after the BKB is popped from mind control. So it's another BKB charge out of him. And the charge itself with Kuro will be cancelled.
They stopped that. I don't know if he did intentionally or get Roche back, but that they didn't see them. We saw them, and we saw that he was kind of alone. Supports were rotating, but they probably could have killed that guy because they had Doom and BKB. So, but playing it safe, nothing wrong with that. Clock, level 12 now.
Do you like this sort of optimization from Ehome and the sort of pace of game on the PL? He's got the Shadow Blade now complete, so what sort of an extra sort of elusivity to make sure that he can get himself away from being focused down by heroes like Matuma Man's Lifestealer?
Yeah, it's always a great item. This forces the enemy to buy detection, and you know, Miracle is not going around with detection, so the cores usually don't have it, and it's just such a good to get in and out, and you trick people with your illusions. It's really hard to kill him, and you don't have any other Invis heroes on your team, so it's just always a good item. And then you upgrade it with the stats, great for him. The break is not super good this game, but it's alright.
Liquid on the move with this smoke. It's going to be quite hard to find something off the back of it, as LGD at the same time smoking up and looking to prepare to make a play themselves. They have Exorcism, the raw, everything available for LGD if they can find the angle to allow FY to initiate with a hook shot. Towards the mid lane they go. FY, is he going to want to dive behind this tier 2? He's
spotted.
I didn't know he's there.
This is way too deep.
And in fact, yeah, Kuro is going to start to charge upon on the side, though straight away Miracle gets caught out. A beautiful way for LGD to start this play, as that is Invoker gone for 60 seconds. Just catching Miracle out, off guard, up on the high ground, and a free tier 2 tower, maybe even more. They could look towards Roshan LGD here.
Very quick Roshan, and then the reason he was there is because he saw the clock bottom, right? So usually you think his entire team is behind him around that area, but they were at top, Beastmaster was spread out, so, you know, it's hard to predict that, but really costly. Just like that, the game just turns around a bit and it's back to even now.
I mean, and this is sort of the weakness of the Invoker at this stage, as we talked about. If they can just hold him in place for Ehome to just go to work with a Diffusal Blade on his illusions, this Invoker just melts. He disappears in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and this is why they wanted to rope himself so much, because Invoker, yeah, he melts, right? But if he has Aegis there, they will counter-initiate and the game, it will be completely different. So, but now, opponents have the Aegis. Really big pickup here, of course, and LGD all of a sudden feels really good. As you mentioned as well, this Lifestealer is itemizing single target DPS only to burst out any target, especially DP who's got really low armor. He's also going to AC now. So PL is going to be a big problem for him. Can't deal with all the illusions, but he relies completely on Invoker checking out all those spells, and we know that hero, he's got a lot of them, so, and it's in Miracle. But he feels confident, he doesn't need to do any magic damage.
It's certainly sort of panning out to be, as we you know, the panel thought it would be just a harder game for Miracle to perform on in his Invoker. as the Ehome PL is looking to just have sort of almost a perfect time this time around as he's top net worth. He's got queued up the I believe the nullifier as well for an extra sort of way to lock down onto the targets. Bottom lane, Liquid able to get the pressure down onto this tier 2 tower. AC completes with the Deso, and I see a lot of sieging potential from the lineup of Liquid. At top lane, LGD, they're looking to prime themselves, ready for a fight. As up they go, into the high ground of Liquid. In for a bit of the slow siege here with the Necro units. Brokey quick to charge forward and try and put a stop to it, and LGD, they'll back off for now. I know they've got a lot of time still to play around, and actually looks like Eheme's changed it up a little bit. He's now actually got queued back up the Battle Fury instead of the Nullifier. So that's a little interesting, isn't it, to see him sort of go for it at this later stage of the build? Any sort of real reason why you think he's doing this?
I can't imagine why I would do that. That seems wrong in so many ways. Why would he go Battle Fury to push out lanes faster? He already pushed them out really fast, and they don't have any illusion heroes or anything, so that he's gonna change it. There's no way he goes Battle Fury.
Yeah, he could have just go for the MKB as we've seen. He's picked up the Demon Edge, but he's got it queued up in his quick buy. So we'll see what he does follow it up to, but as you say, something like an MKB Daedalus may make just a little bit more sense for him. Up top, Spirit Breaker, Kuro caught out. Can they get anything more out of this? Miracle will turn with a 2-man tornado. Sunstrike not going to connect there onto FY.
Still feel like Liquid is in a good position. When it comes down to mid and late game, it's all about who initiates first. That's usually who wins the fight, and if Doom hits the BKB, if he gets a dagger, just blinks in, Doom's an important target. DP before he gets ult off or something like that, or you know, if he could get PL, that would be great. That's pretty hard though. But if he gets one of those, they can just run him over, right? Because then Spirit Break comes in with Knights, and then Invoker gets to do whatever he wants. So I still feel Liquid is in a really good position here to win this game, but they can't do that against Aegis, so they need to wait that out.
And I think maybe so Ehome, he does go for this Battle Fury, as we say, very much a later pickup. I imagine maybe this is LGD thinking, well, at this point of the game, pushing into high ground is going to be fairly harsh. You know, Miracle can drop these combos, could sort of at this stage clear out the illusions, but LGD, they're in this position where they can control the map pretty easily, keep Liquid forced in. If they were to just sort of keep farming, get Ehome onto his 5th and 6th item, he's going to be at this point where he has such the Skadi, the heart where he can fully tank up, have these incredibly beefy illusions that they can push in with. And maybe LGD just saying, well look, we're against a lifestealer, we have a PL, we can sort of sit back, we can play this to the later stage, just get Ehome to be 6 slotted as soon as we can, then we'll try and finish it.
Absolutely. If he gets 6 slotted, the earlier the better, of course, and he's playing against an Invoker, and spells only can do so much damage. So if he gets that 6 slot, he gets a heart, he gets Butterfly, it's going to be really hard to kill, but I still don't like the Battle Fury. I don't think it's good. He could get other items to farm, and he already farms really fast. And when he's 6 slotted, he's going to have to sell the Battle Fury, because what does it do? The cleave is pretty relevant in fights. The region is pretty relevant. It gives him damage, but I don't like it.
We'll see. We'll see how it does pay off for him. And so something just a little bit different considering the pace of this game.
Yeah.
But Ehome, he's certainly had some very, very incredible performances, and his itemization is going to have its reasons.
Finding nothing here. Again, the initiation is super crucial here. Blinking from Doom. Doom a good target, will win them the fight. But yeah, finding no one.
See what he can get out of this. You're saying nothing as it seems to do. Get the scout on the high ground, but no, Chalice is here. Instantly with the blink out, the Miracle will look to follow. Chalice in trouble as Kuro comes in with Matsumaman. They'll bring down the Beastmaster. Can they get more? Kuro on the high ground. Looking to play around with FY, bashing him down into the hands of Miracle, but FY hookshots himself back up to safety. Sunstrike not going to connect. FY will keep himself safe. So LGD making sure they do only just lose the one, but it is Chalice's Beastmaster, and in return only able to take Kuro's Spirit Breaker out. But it was a smoke play from Liquid. This was Liquid trying to achieve something maybe a little bit more than just the one pick-off.
Yeah, definitely not a good pick-off there in the end. And the Doom decides to go for Shivas, which makes some sense because you want to be in the fight, give as much space as possible for Invoker, slow down the illusions, really good for that as well, but he really needs to buy a dagger. It's super important he buys that dagger, jumps in along with the Spirit Breaker. That's how they're going to win these fights. And yeah, if he doesn't buy Dagger, that's definitely a mistake. Still the Battle Fury. I mean, I don't want to question him. He's a good player, but as far as I know, he never won a TI, so...
That's you're not wrong there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, yeah, is obviously the big thing, because obviously this season, LGD, they are certainly proving to be one of the teams that people will pit as their favorite moving forward here towards the end of the season, without a doubt, with the way that they've been playing.
And Lifestealer right now, he could go for Nullifier to do more with it, like just burst the target and don't let him BKB or anything. Could be a good pickup if he commits to the single target DPS he's doing. And now that they don't have Aegis anymore, you can see that Liquid is feeling confident here. They still want to fight.
Miracle, he's just going straight it away. Look at what's Chalice, but Chalice does get the chance to put the Primal Roar out, holding Invoker back through the BKB for the time being. Turning, looking for the opportunity to get the Doom down, but it is onto a full health DP, so you'll see Sonus back up to the high ground. FY does get caught outside of the base, so Liquid, they'll find one. Can they get anything more out of this, though?
They need more. They committed Doom, only gets the clock. They use BKBs as well. They definitely should have gotten more. They're not the greatest initiation. That's why you want the Doom blink in as well.
Ame's thinking about going in on this one, at least starting to tease around with Matamis. It's a little bit risky as he's quite far ahead of the rest of his team. And it is still the full five-man side of Liquid alive and kicking.
Yep. Good play by LG there, making sure everyone survives. And just playing it safe now. Next Roach is going to be big again, as always, with the cheese this time around. Yeah, they want to go again here.
We'll pop the dust, but Ame not quite in range of the detection. And we can see as well with Miracle's itemization, gearing up for this illusion army of PL that's consistently going to get stronger and stronger as time goes on. He's got the Mione queued up on Invoker. Still quite a way away from having the goal for it, but certainly realizing that this game, it's going to go on to the point where they're going to need everything they can against this PL. Somnus getting charged upon, does get out the BKB in time, and that will be enough to keep him safe. The rest of Liquid can't follow through onto this target. Again, FY, these missed hook shots. Becoming a bit of an iconic duo this game for him, but it looks like still overall it's going to work out for LGD. They found Matumba Man, and they found Kuro as well. The hook shot not necessary.
Yeah, and Liquid, they're trying to go for a play because they know that LGD thinking, oh, they don't have Doom. They're not going to fight us right now. We can split out a bit, and they do. And the DP is a little bit alone there, but they can't burst him because he managed to get the BKB off in time. And yeah, they just turn it there. Hook not required.
Oh, GH. He'll try for the TP, but there's no way that's going to happen in time. In fact, buying back straight away. It looks like Liquid want to make sure that they can have a chance of finding LGD around the pit. As LGD, they're into Roshan. 3 buybacks, in fact, coming out from Liquid. They really want to try and put a stop to this. Miracle gets the BKB out in time before the stun comes through from Xnova. Xnova being chased down here by the right clicks. He will fall. These 3 buybacks from Liquid, fully going in on this focus around the Roche pit, but the ghosts are out. Can Liquid really take this fight? Somnus, you'll step into the air, will be able to buy time for himself, but there's the combo from Miracle. From the sidelines, they've got the silence here onto the PL, they're chasing him down. Can they finish off Ame? Yes, they can. Triple kill for Miracle. Ame will buy back on LGD, but Liquid, you can see how much they realize that this Roshan, it means so much at this stage of the game. They're putting everything towards it, and they're getting away with it as well. As the FY falls, they're trying to contest this LGD, but now Ame, he's brought back, but he's all on his own. Can he really do this as the lone PL? I don't know if he can. He's managed to find Miracle. So that's one of them, but Miracle buying back. Liquid doing everything in their power to take control at this stage, and the Sunstrike, it's not even going to be necessary. Matumba Man will finish off the kill. That's a dieback on Ame. Liquid now with control at the pit. They wanted that Roshan so bad, Bulldog, and they absolutely got away with it.
Holy fuck, that guy is aggressive. He really wish he had one more hero there, because he was almost doing 5 versus 1 there. We just had one more hero, and yeah, that Roach is super important, and everyone just buybacks for that. And as I said, they just jumps on LGD, blink in with Doom, and they just run them over. They can't find him. The single target DPS by Lifestealer just shreds that DP alive.
And I can't help but feel, Bulldog, maybe more questions are being asked as this game goes on about that Battle Fury pickup. Maybe if it was sort of a stat like a butterfly, such if he's able to sort of kill off these heroes just that little bit quicker in these fights, it would end up going a bit better for LGD. But we're in a position now where LGD, they have no PL. Ehome gone for a minute. Liquid with the fruits of Roshan ready to push, as they'll force out the fortification and they'll stick around for more. Matuma, and he's stunned here. Mind control jumps forward with Shiva's guard. They get the silence out onto 2. But Liquid don't care at all. They'll hold their ground, push on forward. But Timmerman getting themselves ferried out to him at this stage to allow him to take down the melee racks mid. And they'll look for more, of course. Still this time, without the Warrior of Ehome being in the game. Straight down to the tier 3 tower, down bottom. The rest of LGD trying their best to push Liquid back, but they just can't. With the Deso and AC on Matuma Man, he makes short work of another set of melee racks. FY, he'll hit the hook shot this time, but I don't know if it'll be for the good of his own health as he's getting focused by Matuma Man. Will be able to force back. LGD trying their best to fight this. They've managed to take down Miracle. That is Miracle gone for a full 110. Can they get more out of this? They look towards mind control. They've found the tomb. Here they go for more. Chalice buying back. They've taken down Matuma Man once. Can they get him again? This is going to be a long time where Liquid do not have buybacks available. Matuma Man, he tries with the TP out, but the root is there. They get the control. The RNG's Chalice summons up his army and he gets the troll summoner.
He gets the troll out of all the creeps. Orange, any buybacks on Doom here, that's not...
And now the game's turned on his head.
This is like what happened all the other games.
It's, I mean, this final, there's been so many throws, Bulldog.
Can they stop dying at their racks? What, and they're gonna force buybacks right now.
But they can't, and they haven't got them.
Can they actually end the game here?
I think they might be able to.
They probably don't recognize that they don't have buybacks.
I know they would, because they saw them around the pit. It was just around the pit where you had the buybacks on Miracle and such. They know for sure that he doesn't have it. So LGD straight down the mid lane.
Oh my god.
And they're going for the game, they know.
They know.
They know that they can't come back at FY. He'll get the hook shot onto GH. Back to base you go, Sonny Jim.
This can't be happening.
These games, back and forth, and this is LGD closing it up. Surely mind control will jump forward with the tomb. Can he really put a stop to this though? I don't know if he can. He'll get the BK behind time, but he'll fall. He's gone for 100 seconds. LGD, tier 4's taken. Kuro offers up his life on a platter, and LGD, they've absolutely done it here in this game 3. Fortification isn't going to do anything because Liquid, everybody's dead. No one's coming back into this game. And what on earth is happening in this finals, Bulldog? This is some crazy back and forth, questionable plays, entertaining plays from both teams. What is this?
If that's not a throw, I don't know what it is anymore. How do they keep doing this? Unbelievable.
The third time.
They had the game just like they had game 1. That was it. They just back off, play safe. They don't have any buybacks, so why do they play like that? And somehow he still wins with the